Hello crafters, this is Yana Smakula. Welcome back to my channel. Today I am creating cards using a new tiered tray collection from Spellbinders and Becky Roberts. I have 4 card ideas to share with you showing how to incorporate these dies into your stash. Just as the name suggests, this collection helps you recreate a tiered tray and then decorate it however you like. This collection is very small with only 3 products, 2 die sets, one of which is the tiered tray set, and then the other a set with various decorations. The third product is a sentiment stamp set to help you complete your tiered tray cards. We've never had any tiered trays like this, so this was a very new to me concept and very new idea. I think this is a very American piece of decor. Growing up and living in Ukraine, I don't think I've ever seen this type of tray, so I was very curious to explore it. I went on Pinterest and I looked up various ways to style a tiered tray, and I have to say it is very engaging. I decided I wanted to go with a modern style for my tiered tray, although most of the inspiration I saw was for the farmhouse style, which isn't really my thing. I think this die set is easily adaptable to many styles. I die cut the tray from new Spellbinders brushed white cardstock. This paper is fantastic. It is going to be available soon at the end of October, so stay tuned. Now there's also a brushed black version. Both of these papers are a must, and by the way, they also foil really well. Spellbinders used to have this paper. It was actually paper by Fun Stamper's Journey. They had it in a mixed pack, and I loved using this particular paper, but then they discontinued it. But I know many people have been asking to bring it back, and I myself have asked Spellbinders many times to re-release this cardstock. So they are now re-releasing it as a part of their Vax Seals collection. So stay tuned for that. It's coming at the end of October. So I cut my tray from white and gold cardstock. I also die cut additional layers from plain white cardstock as I wanted to back my die cuts up and make them sturdier. My friend Joka does this, and I know many other card makers do that too, and I love doing this myself. It helps to make the die cuts sturdier, they're thicker, they feel better and heavier in my hand. Now, the way these dies are designed, they create a slit in the center, allowing you to place objects inside the tray. It is so simple, yet so clever. So you can tuck a bunch of stuff inside and have a tray filled with all sorts of decor. The die will also cut the legs for the tray, so you can add some other color and personality to your piece. And by the way, you can also do some ink blending to add shading to your tray. I didn't do anything like that. I just kept mine white with hints of gold. So I cut the legs from mere gold cardstock, the same as the posts for the tray. Now, the post dies add indentations to the posts, and I love that. And it is especially visible when you cut the post from any sort of mirror paper like this mirror gold. Now, if you look closely, you can see the line at the very bottom. To me, this says where I need to add glue to adhere the post to the bottom tray. So I just add a dab of glue. This is Barely Arts glue, and I insert it into the tray. Now, I do align the tray on my work surface, and I make sure that I place the pole in the center. I also like to add a piece of tape. This is the Spellbinders Best Ever Craft tape. This is the narrow version, and I just add a little bit of tape from the back. The tape will hold the paper in place while the glue is drying. And when I add my decor, I can also add it behind the pole and still be able to tuck it inside the tray. So there are ways how you can adhere the pole. I find if I adhere it this way, I can still add stuff behind the pole. You might want to add stuff in front of the pole, so it's up to you how you want to assemble. I think there are many ways as to how this tray can be assembled. Now, you can stop here so you can have a 1-story tray, or you can add the second tier and you can decide how tall or how low you want that tier to be. Here's one tray that I assembled previously. I assembled this one as intended by Becky. Now for this second one, I want to place my top tray slightly lower. So you have options. So if you place the top tray lower, this gives you more room on your card to fit a bigger sentiment. as when you assemble the tray, it is almost as big as an A2 card, and that doesn't leave you much room for sentiment. For example, if you wanted to add like a skinny strip sentiment at the bottom or at the top of your card. So I do the same thing here. I add glue and then I just add a piece of tape from the back to hold it. The mere gold paper takes a little longer to adhere as the surface of this paper is glossy and glue needs more time to grab and dry. Now you also have this topper piece that you can add to your tray to finish the top. I added it to one tray but skipped it on the other one. So that's the tray die set. From here, you can use the dies you already have in your stash and decorate the tray as you desire. Now, let's say you're making Christmas cards. You can add pretty ornaments, a little Christmas tree, a bunch of gifts and bows and stuff like that. I actually did make a Christmas one. I was so inspired, and I just used the leftover die cuts that I had on my desk to decorate the tray, and I will say it is very addictive. I just keep wanting to die cut trays and decorate them with all sorts of cute little die cuts. You can also make your tray into a Thanksgiving, fall, Halloween tray by using the appropriate die cuts. You can adapt it to Valentine's Day or Easter or any holiday really, as long as you decorate it with the appropriate decor. And we all love to decorate, right? I love to switch out the decor in my home and freshen things up. I constantly change the pillow covers on the decorative pillows on my couch and also the faux flowers that I have in the vases and things like that. So this die set provides the perfect base for you to decorate. Now, if you want, you can also get the tier tray decor die set. This one is designed specifically to be used with the tray. And it contains a bunch of various items. You have a little potted plant. This one is 2 separate dies. You have the plant and the planter dies. You can cut these from various colors of cardstock. Here, I cut the plant from green cardstock and added some shading using Copic markers. Next, there is a letterboard die. I cut mine from black and white cardstock, and there's even a hello die to put inside the letterboard. It is super cute. Now, you can also use this die to create a framed piece of art. I like to use the little squares from the 6x6 paper pad covers and cut them up. I love the vibrancy of the colors on the cover, and I also love the glossy paper of the paper pad cover. And I often cut up my covers and I use them for small die cuts like this. So here I cut one of the squares and I made it into a framed painting for my tray. I paired it with a white frame to add dimension to the frame because frame is usually thicker. I also cut another frame from white fun foam and I adhered the white die cut frame onto the fun foam one. Next, I used a piece of white cardstock and I adhered the frame onto the cardstock, and then I adhered my painting die cut inside to finish this piece. You can also use the frame to house a little stamped or foiled sentiment or add some smaller die cuts inside to create a die cut art piece or something like that. I think this is a super cool die set that can be used for many projects beyond this set, so not just for the tier tray. I personally adore little dies like this, and I often collect them because they can be used in many ways on many different projects. Next, there is a Cub Die, and I added a little die cut heart onto my cup. Now, the heart die is from my stash. It's not included in this set. I cut some cups from colored cardstock and then also some cups from patterned paper to add a little bit of pattern and character to them. Next, there's a die to cut a stack of books. Now, this one will require some fussy cutting as it is one die. And if you want to make the cover a different color, you'll need to use scissors and do some fussy cutting for your project. If you get the stamp set from this collection, you'll be able to stamp Home Sweet Home sentiment onto the book spines. The sentiment is skewed and intended to be used like that. Next, there is a cutting board die. I'm telling you guys, this set is so versatile. It has me feeling very inspired. The cutting board is pretty large. I mean, large-ish. So you can use it as a placeholder for a sentiment. You can stamp the sentiment or foil it. I foiled thank you using matte gold foil here. And everything just fits so nicely inside the tray. Next, there is a die to cut a house and a separate die to cut a roof. To me, the house looked like a cool modern terrarium, so I added some plants coming out from the windows. But you can use it as a house as intended. You can even make it into a Christmas house by adding some tiny lights to it or a wreath like I did for my Christmas card. Another cool die in this set is the water pitcher. This one again is pretty large, so it can house a sentiment or it could hold a bouquet of flowers. And speaking of flowers, there is a flower die in this set. Now, I didn't use the flower. I was planning to turn my potted plant into a sunflower plant using this flower die, but I decided not to add any flowers to my cards this time. Next, there are two leaf dies, very pretty shapes, and I find these can be used to decorate some of the larger shapes in this set, or they can be used on their own. There's also a die to cut a gnome, and this is a two-piece die. So there's a gnome's body and his beard, so you can add a gnome to your tray. You also have a branch and some leaves and a pumpkin for you to play with. So this die set is pretty cool and also something that can be used alone without the tray. I have a card idea to show you at the end of this video using just the dies from this set, so just the decor piece without the tray. Let's go ahead and put a card together. I have already decided on the decor that I want to add to my tray, and I'm going to add a little bit of glue onto each piece and adhere it to the tray starting from the top. So I added my potted plant. Next, I have a letterboard tucked behind the pole. I'm also adding a teal cup to the top, and it is overlapping my frame a little bit. The cutting board is going on the bottom, and it houses a sentiment for my card. Thank you. I'm placing the cutting board slightly at an angle and then adding the terrarium on the other side of the tray to help balance the black. The teal cutting board is also balancing the teal cup in the top tray. I debated what color cardstock to use for the background for this card and finally settled on dark blue. This color is called Indigo. It's from Spellbinders. I embossed it using the beveled diamonds 3D embossing folder and adhered it to an A2 card base. Now, the design of this embossing folder reminds me of some very beautiful tiles or also of some very pretty textured wallpaper. So I thought it would make the perfect backdrop for the tray. I used foam adhesive squares and adhered them to the back of the tray to pop the tray onto the card. I centered it and then I added a foiled sub-sentiment that reads, "I'm glad we're friends." I added some opal gems to decorate the card and I scattered them around the tray. Now here's the second tray card I made. This time I wanted a lighter background and my elements are lighter too. I used mostly white cardstock with pops of yellow and orange. The background was done using the corrugated 3D embossing folder from Spellbinders. Now, I could not resist using just the decor pieces alone. So here, I made a simple thank you card where I positioned the elements using a grid. I talked about using grids in one of my recent videos. It is linked right here in case you missed it. So I used the grid and I went just with the decor pieces. So I have a little frame, I have a plant, then I have a cutting board with a sentiment, a pink gnome, another terrarium, and then 2 cups. So here's a look at the 4 cards I have for you today created with the Becky Roberts tiered tray collection from Spellbinders. I hope you find this video useful and you feel inspired to create. Thanks so much for joining me today. Love you guys, and I'll see you next time.